Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson, talking today about the down the line forehand and a couple tips for you guys to understand and really grasp how to call on this shot comfortably. Okay, if you look at any pro on tour, ask them actually how they hit down the line. I think most of them would just tell you that they visualize where they want the ball to go, and then their body just knows how to react to get it to go there. A lot of us don't have that ability, and so we need a couple kind of clues on how to hit this shot well. The first being that the swing path, you guys, from the racket to the ball for a down the line shot needs to be very back behind me to front. Okay, a lot of these modern forehand videos we've done, you've seen all the great follow-throughs that the pros are using. But a lot of the modern forehand shots are geared towards hitting a majority of shots cross court. And you're gonna feel that, big pull with your chest coming across your body. And that's something we have to limit just a little bit in terms of hitting a good ball down the line. So the first thought you guys need to have is really set the racket behind your body towards the back fence. And after that drop, take a lot of time in the swing, just moving the racket directly forward, okay? And that's gonna produce a racket angle, so long as we time it correctly, that has a very good chance for the strings to be facing straight ahead when we hit this shot. And that's a real key idea here, is the strings are gonna, face our target. So if we can get them really lined up perfectly down the line, it's a good chance the ball's going to go that direction. Now notice where I'm standing. I'm in the corner of the court. So it's kind of contingent, this back to front swing, on you guys practicing this shot more from the side of the court, not so much the middle of the court. Okay, and then that brings us into the point of contact. All right, for all of you guys that hit more step-in forehands, I want your point of contact on your down the line forehand to be just in front of your left foot. You guys can see, if I hit the ball right there, those strings are facing straight ahead. So then with just a comfortable finish, there's a very good chance I've got a good down the line ball on my hand. If I meet the ball any farther out in front of my left foot, the strings are now facing cross court. So it's gonna take some weird maneuver to help it back down the line. So be very careful about hitting the ball too early for a down the line swing attempt. Keep it a little closer to your body. All right, and for all you guys and girls that hit an open stance forehand more often, you guys get into this corner of the court, your point of contact's actually gonna be a little farther back than a step-in forehand would be. All right, keep the racket a little more, almost just slightly behind your left foot, and I think you'll find that in that position right there, again, my strings are facing down the line. There's just a very good chance that the ball's going to go that direction. Okay, so a little later point of contact for the down the line forehand than we would for a cross court forehand, and really have this swing path thought that the racket just needs to travel mainly from back to front, into just more of probably a traditional follow through. Okay, so let's take a look here. I'm going to start in the middle of the court. Mark's going to feed me a couple in the corner. The first few will be step in forehands, and then we'll show you guys a couple open stance forehands. See it again. Okay, good example right there. I'm really focused, you guys, on just making contact in front of that left foot, not letting that racket just get out away from me too much. Let's take a look at it in open stance. Okay, see it again. Okay, and those were two pretty accurate down the line forehands right there, you guys, from that open stance position. Again, I had the two thoughts in my head that I really wanted to swing from back to front and make my point of contact just a little later than I would for cross court. Okay, and now you guys, from this back camera angle, I'm just going to give you guys an opportunity to see the result here of this ball going down the line. And again, just those 2 swing thoughts. Keeping that swing going from back to front and making sure I know exactly where I'm trying to have my point of contact be. Okay, here we go. Closed stance or step in. Okay, now let's take a look at a couple with open stance. Little later point of contact. One more. All right, so you guys can see, like for somebody like me where I don't always think that technically about just hitting a ball down the line, it actually was super helpful for me to practice a couple of those with those 2 swing thoughts, just in case it ever goes wrong and I'm struggling to locate that target on the court. It's always helpful to have, you know, 1 or 2 little thoughts about how to get the ball to go where we want it to go. All right, so I hope that was helpful. Please click like below this video, and if you happen to be watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and we'll see you guys soon.